quick word of warning. We're about to hit some pretty racy topics, okay? So now's probably a good time for the little ones to go clean their rooms. And if you can get your kids to clean your room, please email me and tell me how you do it. You can never be sure what couples do behind closed doors. You might not even want to imagine what goes on at some people's houses. But this is what makes it hard to gauge on how strange your own romantic habits can be. That's why I'm bringing you Is It Weird? The Bedroom Edition. So, here to help is sex therapist Dr. Tiffany Davis-Henry. All right, Dr. Tiff, let me ask you this. How do you decide if a person's bedroom activities are weird?
Well, I always want to ask the couple first, because if it's weird to them, then it's probably weird. So everybody has different preferences of what they like and dislike in the bedroom. And sometimes they will gauge whether something is weird or not by looking at movies or romance novels or any of those kinds of things. Who cares what other people think? As long as you and your partner are happy and content with what's going on in the bedroom, you guys set the standard for what's weird or not in your relationship.
All right. Okay, we've got some couples here that have some interesting questions. So say hello to Dre and Colin, Amy and Angelique, Ashley and Vincent. All right, let's start with Dre and Colin. What's going on with you two?
Well, Steve, my husband and I relocated into a 400 square foot apartment in Brooklyn, New York.
How big? 400
square feet.
Oh, the whole thing? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's huge.
It's so big. Anyway, we live there with our 11-month-old girl and our little dog, Rupert. And because it's so, yeah, there they are. Because it's so small, it's made for a very, very interesting sex life.
You know, with how small it is, we do what we got to do, you know, and sometimes that means when the baby's in the bed, there's some, you know, aggressive hugging. I don't know.
Sex?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, let's
thank you.
get it
You just
on
took the
out.
words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
That's
Get it on
perfect.
out
We'll just
here.
put it on the table.
Because I was trying to figure out what the hell aggressive hugging was.
Our dog actually also sleeps there, too, because my husband insists that if Sophia's sleeping on the bed, then Rupert gets to sleep on our bed, too. Right in between us, right here.
Is that weird?
You want me to go? Okay.
Yeah, you definitely don't want me to go first.
So here's the thing. Lots of couples have a baby that sleeps in the bed or a little one that comes in the middle of the night, climbs in the bed, wants to cuddle, whatever. That's not necessarily weird. My concern starts when you've got the dog who may have fleas or pet dander or ticks or anything that they want to bring into the bed, and now you're exposing the baby to it. You also could roll over on the baby. You're having an orgasm and just really like laying it all out, and the baby wakes up, or you kick the baby off the bed, or the dog,
And then
or
our night's
whatever.
ruined.
What do you think, Steve?
Me personally, I'm uncomfortable with the baby in the bed. I think it's dangerous because a lot happens. See, I can't have nothing else in the bed because when I'm through, I fall like a tree. Now, I never know if I'm gonna fall left or if I'm gonna fall right. So it's either the baby or the dog. Something is happening to somebody. So I think it's weird, but I mean, you got 400 square feet. Does the baby have a bed?
She does.
And why
Yeah,
isn't
but-
she in the bed?
She...
Talk to this woman.
At least while you're having sex. At least. Let's start there. Putting her in her crib, putting the dog in a crate or outside the room, whatever you got to do, so that you guys can connect and be with each other and not worry about the other stuff.
All right, thank you, guys. All right, let's move on to Amy and Angelique. Now, what's happening in your bedroom?
Well, we've been together for 5 years, and we have an amazing love life. We have 2 beautiful children to prove it. And just recently, he's asked me to film while we're making love. So, of course, I'm skeptical because I've never done anything like that, and I had no idea he was into that kind of thing. And, well, now that we've made it, I've asked him, hey, have you watched it? And he's like, no, I've barely watched it. I think he's watched it like 1 time. But I watched it 4 or 5 times already, and I'm kind of into watching us make love together. So is that weird?
Oh.
I don't necessarily think it's weird. A lot of couples do like to make videos of themselves, but Amy seems to be in love with looking at this. Why aren't you?
You know, I liked the video. I watched it one time and I liked it, and now I'm thinking, you know, I want to make another video.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So oftentimes, though, people get turned off by their videos. And so I'm glad to hear that you guys weren't and that you're having a really good time with this one. So.
Fellas, listen to me. This is just man to man for those of you men listening. If your wife has ever had any complaints, what you don't want is a video of the complaint. See, women use stuff all the time with us as teaching tools. And what I'm not gonna have, and what I don't want you fellas to do, is have your wife sitting up there with this video on, with a stopwatch in her hand, going, all right, this is when you started, you finished.
That's funny.
17 seconds. Okay, so do you think it's weird or not?
I actually don't think it's weird. It's pretty predictable. And, you know, you guys have a great sex life. A lot of people don't have that. So whatever you're doing to make it great, keep doing it and just be safe.
Yeah, I don't think it's weird either.
Lock it up
I
in a-
really don't,
in a-
man. I think, you know, if the two people there, there's nothing wrong with it. Just make sure that you got it somewhere where it don't get out.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's my thing. Hey, coming up next, we got a habit this couple can't keep in the bedroom. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Coming up next, these lovers do it anywhere but the bedroom.
We like having sex in public, like at the club, friends and family's houses.
The Is It Weird Bedroom Edition takes on their taboo question.
I don't think it's weird, but we're going to go hose down that dressing room, y'all.